Hey guys, in this video we're going to be doing something different. It's not going to be the normal UI, UX or front-end video. It's rather going to be a video about Upwork, the platform that I primarily work on and the one that I use to generate most of the sales that I have. So just a few things about Upwork. If you want to get started with Upwork, obviously you need to have the skill and you need to have the portfolio to match some of the talent that's there. Obviously not completely, but you still need something good to get started. So once you have that done and once you have a great profile created, we can actually do a separate video about how to set up the structure of your profile, the things that you need, so on and so forth. But today what I want to talk about is how to create a compelling cover letter when you're actually applying on jobs. Because if you have the portfolio, if you already have your profile set up, it doesn't matter if it's complete or not. It does, but not to the extent that you would think. You definitely need to include your portfolio, some relevant links about yourself, so on and so forth. But once you have that basic structure done and you have a good portfolio, you need to secure leads by again writing compelling cover letters that actually are relevant to the post. So I'm going to share a bunch of things that you can do to actually make your cover letters more genuine and authentic and job winning. So but first of all, even before that, why you should listen to me? Like, is there is there something specific that I'm offering that other people are not? Well, honestly, probably not. Like, maybe you can find some relevant information here and there as well. But one thing that I'd just like to show you is I not only, apart from working on Upwork myself, I have an Upwork agency named The Small Square, and we're a top rated plus agency. We have a bunch of work history. We have over 200K plus earning on Upwork, and yeah, we just have a lot of experience on it. And we haven't even gotten started that, like, I don't know, I think it says like members since 2019, and I think that's when I actually created the agency, and I'm the owner of the agency. So now that we have that done, the first thing that you obviously need to do is you need to go ahead and look for a job that you're interested in. So I'm not going to go ahead and this says, okay, $30,000 for anime character. I'm not just going to go ahead and develop this, because not only am I not interested in this task, but also I'm not experienced in it. If I'm not experienced in something, then I'm not going to do it, because that's going to impact my Upwork ratings, especially if I'm not able to deliver the quality that the client requires. So it's really important to only choose the jobs that you are sure that you're interested in. So since I don't need all of these different jobs, I'm just going to search for UI, because I focus and my team focuses on UI UX front end, right? So I'm going to search for something that resonates with me. UI UX developer required for WordPress site. We can definitely have a look at that. Or UI UX expert using Figma needed for ongoing projects. So I think this is pretty good too. So the first thing that we have to figure out is, okay, they're looking for a talent type independent. They're not looking for an agency, but some clients may go ahead and make a compromise on that. And they're also looking for a location of Europe. So now that we don't meet two of these requirements, it may not be sufficient for us to go, or it may not again warrant us to go ahead and apply for this. But a lot of clients actually enter the location, or at the very least, in my opinion, they may not enter the location the full awareness that or only European candidates would be able to apply. So irrespective, we can just go ahead and apply. One thing, even before applying, what we have to do is we need to figure out what the name of this individual is, of the person who's posting the job. So we can try to find out what his name is by looking at his previous ratings. So as we can see here, someone has mentioned Sheldon is amazing and a wonderful client to work with. So here we know that the name is Sheldon. Let's see if we have any other Sheldons. Yeah, Sheldon is a really great client, so that's there as well. And we probably, I think that should be sufficient. 2 or 3 reviews with the same name is probably good. Again, as I said, Sheldon. So now that we know his name is Sheldon, we're going to submit a proposal. So the first thing that you need to figure out is obviously if you meet the requirements. If you don't, I'm just going to consider that I do, but even though I know that I don't. So just for this exercise, it's not like I want to go ahead and actually have this job. Like maybe I can take it as an agency, but I already am too occupied to take it personally. So, but irrespective, if you wanted to go ahead and apply, obviously you have to figure out what the rate that they're offering. You can't really go ahead and make it twice the rate. I can, because I have a lot of projects. I don't really care if this project is rejected, but for those who do care, definitely try to have your rate in the ballpark of their requirements. And if they haven't set a strong requirement, then just have a look at what they're paying in some of their previous projects. So I'm just going to add some key information here. So I have Sheldon, and then they need a UI UX expert, Figma, and ongoing. So anytime I'm starting out, I'm basically just writing the key terms that I find that the user is interested in. So one full-time UX person, that's fine. Tasks and landing page, banners, mobile apps, and websites. I think we can copy that. You will be readily available to chat and to work on an hourly basis with Upwork Time Tracker. I personally don't like working with the time tracker, but I mean, it is a requirement. So if we wanted to post something, so time tracker. So here are a few things that the client is interested in, right? So now comes the question of whether should we use a template to create job cover letters. Well, the short answer is no. You should avoid using templates, just full-fledged templates when you're creating it. There is going to be some information that's going to be again pretty consistent with most of the job applications, so you can keep that information in a notepad or in your Word document or whatever. But even before we actually go ahead and look at that information, I want you to go ahead and construct 2 or 4 lines of content related to this job post. So we're going to start out by saying, hey Sheldon, I've read through your job description, and I'd like to let you know that me and my team would be more than qualified to work on this proposal, or to work with you. We are UI UX experts who primarily use Figma and prefer engaging with long-term clients. So they said, like, again, it's ongoing work. So I mentioned we want to work with long-term clients, and I'm just going to zoom in so you guys can see a bit better. We've created tons of landing pages, apps, and websites, but we're not open to using the time tracker, as that affects our productivity. We don't always have Figma open. We sometimes use YouTube or are checking out our email, which may contain sensitive information. So it's not something that we're open for. So again, this is what I've done. I've mentioned some of the points that the client Sheldon wanted to focus on in the job post. Now that we have this done, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to copy the templated stuff that I use pretty frequently, and I'm going to see if I need to remove anything. So here is the templated stuff. After that, I have my work history. So I have close to a decade of experience, and me and my team have worked on tons of exciting projects, which you can check out below. So here are a few links, dribble links, website links to me, to my work and the team's portfolio. Then we have some social proof. We're also top rated plus and have tons of 5-star reviews on Upwork, which you can check out on our profile. I also teach people design, front end, and Figma on YouTube, and have over 1,500 subscribers with over 1 million watch minutes. So here's my YouTube link, and then what you get. If you go with us, you can be assured that you'll be getting some of the best talent you can find on Upwork, and someone who genuinely cares about the work that they do. You will, however, not get someone who just does his job without asking questions and digging deeper. And the CTA, I would love to serve you here, and it would be great if we can jump on a 10 to 15 minutes call free of charge to evaluate your needs better and to address the few questions that I have. So what I've done here, especially with these two things, this particular point and then the disagreement that I had with him about the time tracker, is I've also identified an abundance mindset where I'm not just going to lie right off the bat on things that I don't agree with, right? And I'm not afraid personally of losing this job, and neither should you. Just be very vocal about the things that you actually know how to do, the things that you're completely okay with, because if you're not okay with, at the very least, addressing these issues up front, then it may lead to a sour engagement, and then you may get like a lot of problems, and then obviously you may get a negative rating, and then you may blame some clients or blame Upwork, and that just doesn't work the way that it should. So just be very cognizant of the clients that you're applying for and the type of work that you'd be doing. So this is pretty much how you go ahead and apply or write a cover letter that's really interesting. And you don't have to, again, go that long, even if you don't have some of the social proof that I have or anything along those lines. I recently started my YouTube channel and I just have a few subscribers. So this particular part of my cover letter wasn't even there. I didn't even used to write this top rated plus and all of that stuff, because obviously when you're starting out, you're not top rated plus immediately, right? So just the thing that I want you to take from this is the most important thing is this part. And even if you do this, and even if you don't have most of the points that are here, apart from the CTA, you can still have the CTA. That's, again, something that's at the very least telling them that you're okay if that you're okay if they want to jump on a call and evaluate you. So they don't just have to evaluate you based on the cover letter, but you're completely open to having a call with them as well. So if that's the case, then I think that would be sufficient. So that's going to be pretty much it for the cover letter. There are a lot of things that you need to be successful on Upwork. As I mentioned previously, it's your profile, it's your portfolio. Portfolio is a huge deal, right? Not only should you have a portfolio directly online, but you should also have those portfolio items in your Upwork profile. And we can talk about the Upwork profile in a separate video as well. But after that, once you have your client secured, it's really important, if you want to be successful on Upwork, to have a work ethic, to be really communicative, to try your best to satisfy the client, to go the extra mile if you want to secure long-term clients. And we're going to talk about all these ethics, if you guys want, in a separate video as well. And we can talk about the profile as well. But this is a request that I actually got from one of my viewers about writing cover letters, which is why I've gone ahead and done that. So that's going to be pretty much it. Do subscribe, to hit the bell icon. If there are any questions, comments, concerns, do hit them up in the comments and I'll try to respond to them. That's pretty much it. Take care.